Hi, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to talk about an ear shot. Now that ear shot was from Pereira on Adesanya in a boxing match, and it was a classic shot to the ear. But before he did that, he grazed the templar branch of the facial nerve right up and through here, and that almost put him down and out. But to Adesanya's credit, he withstood the blow and came back, and was looking pretty strong, actually. We could see that he lost a lot of physical function as his body started to fold, but he righted himself, so kudos to him. But then Pereira landed an ear shot. And as you've known from many of our videos in the past, the ear shot is a devastating blow, and we explained why on many different levels, from the neurology to the sound waves to the eardrum and the inner ear and the inner balance and whatnot. So we're going through this, and I'm going to dissect it so you can see it done in real time. Now this is of course with gloves, which added probably to a little bit of the air concussion that went down the ear canal. But we can see some of the action that's going on. Now, I also have something that I added to, and there's a medical doctor describing what he saw and how the fight went and what could be some possibilities of the knockout that occurred. And it was a pretty deep knockout. It was a stage 3. But what he doesn't mention is the shock to the brainstem, because as you see, the first shot on the templar branch of the facial nerve, I've used that many times for knockouts, as you've seen from prior videos. But you can see that the radical shift in the neck movement would have stimulated the RAS and released serotonin. You probably saw last week's film with Bruce Everett Miller, and we were discussing the injuries to the brainstem and what chemicals or neurochemicals get released during that process and what can occur. However, the medical doctor was, in my opinion, off base on the descriptions as he was going through it. He was describing how a cheekbone was a little indented, and it wasn't. You can readily see that from the stop action. He was saying that the blow hit on a certain area of the face, which it didn't. It hit higher, and we'll go over that again in the extended videos. And then he went into describe a boxer's fracture by striking with the hand, and boxers do get this fracture as well as many people in real altercations, because they're striking with their fist this way and they catch the lower part of their hand here, and they have a stress fracture in the metacarpal. However, if you watched Pereira's hand, it came across vertically, and what happened is it hit right on the strong knuckles. It wouldn't have caused that fracture. And also on the final blow, he didn't say it was so much the ear, but in front of the ear. We could see that it was not quite where he depicted. And the shot that would have had to occur for that damage that he was describing, and you'll see the film, I just didn't want to put it publicly, is causing injury to the inner meningeal artery on the inside of the skull. But what you can see from the slow motion video is Pereira's hand actually glazed off the shoulder of Adesanya. And as it did that, it was coming on a trajectory that was going upward, which would not have caused that damage, especially with the light below that concussed the head. So we're going to take a look at this. We're going to take a look at the anatomical structures that are involved with this. We're going to take a look at the doctor's film and explanation of it. And then I'm going to go for my opinion and why the Kyusho, again, was at play in this knockout. So stay tuned. Thanks for watching, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. I really appreciate it.